All right, so I have a pair of sneakers here from Indy, and I don't have the box, unfortunately, because I couldn't fit it on the plane, so I ended up leaving the box in Indy, but it's all good. We also have this nice bag here from Converse as well. But we do have a pair of the Weapons here from Converse, and this colorway is really dope. First of all, it's like a Larry Bird-like color. So I want to give you guys a look at the new re-release of the Converse Weapon, give you guys kind of my thoughts on the shoe, and tell you guys a little bit about Indy, so let's go ahead and get into it. So Converse had a couple different events in Indy. One of them was in a little pop-up that they had with an outdoor basketball hoop, and it was really a nice little setup that they had. They had a couple OG pairs that they had encased for us to look at, but then as you walk your way through, you see SGA wearing the Converse Weapons, and basically he's like the new face of Converse with the revised Weapons. And I think that's a very fitting thing that they're doing. The fact that they're bringing in some fresh talent into the space, into a pair of sneakers that I don't think has the shine that it definitely deserves. So the Weapons are actually from '86, so these have been around for quite a while. And for those that are newer, they might not remember the era, but Magic versus Birdman, they both had the Weapons on. Choose your weapon was like the thing. And Converse really had a chokehold on the game of basketball back in the 80s. And so we've seen the Converse Weapon like retro from time to time, but this time I feel like they're doing a really good job reintroducing the Weapon to a younger, newer crowd. And I like the slogan that they have too, create history, not hype. So they're not creating like a limited edition sellout pair. They're creating a pair for you guys to be able to buy and just create history. And I kind of dig what they're doing there. So these retail at $120. And once I got these in hand, I was like, dude, the leather quality is super nice on these. Really decent cut of leather on here, felt very buttery. They did gift me this pair. I didn't know how much the retail was. If I had to guess, honestly, I was gonna say probably 150, 170, but 120 is a pretty decent price point for the quality of materials that you get. A couple notes from what Converse says about the shoe. It says, this isn't 86, 99, or 2014. This is a Converse Weapon for today. Classic look, modern fit, creating history, not hype. Arriving in low and high versions, the Converse Weapon has the look of the original with the next level CX comfort. It has a durable leather upper with the look and feel of the original Hardwood icon. CX foam cushioning helps provide next level comfort. A traction rubber outsole helps offer optimal grip. A star chevron reps the legacy of the sport and the street style. So some of the things I like, some of the things I don't like, let's go ahead and get into them. The first thing being that this looks like the OG colorway from back in the day. It looks like Bird wore this colorway. So I like that they actually created that in today's day and age. And out of the 4 colorways that I saw, I actually think I like this one the best. So pretty dope that they actually gave me this one because it was kind of a blind bag. I didn't know what they were going to be giving me. And Indy was snowing like crazy, and I wore these pretty much when I was walking around outside in the snow and the ice and stuff. And so I gotta say that the grip on these are really nice as well. They have a lot of extra durable traction on the bottom, and it's a thick boy outsole of traction on here. Definitely appreciated that when I was walking through Indy. It felt like a luxurious boot when I was walking through the streets, honestly. The leather held up really well in the snow and all of the debris, and it was just a really nice pair to be walking around outside in. So as I mentioned, these launched in '86, and 38 years later, I feel like the style is pretty much A+ still. Like, it's a very fashionable looking shoe, has kind of that Air Jordan 1-esque sort of vibe to it. These released kind of around that same time, so it like fits the style of the shoe, but the panels and stuff and the cutouts are a little bit more intricate, I think, even in the Weapons than on the Air Jordan 1. So it really does have a unique style, and crazy to say, I don't think I've ever owned a pair of Weapons until now, which is one of those things with, it's kind of a travesty. I've been wanting to cop a pair, I just never pulled the trigger on them. But this colorway is a really wearable one, and so happy that this is the one that I'm gonna get for my first pair. As I mentioned, bringing SGA into the promotion is awesome. Obviously, the dude's a beast right now for OKC, doing amazing stuff over there, and he's a pretty fashion forward sort of guy too. So the fact that he's rocking a pair of these, I think, is going to open the doors for next generation stuff. Also, considering the price point at $120, I think it's a really nice buy-in for a pair of sneakers. Not too terrible. It could be a lot worse, but the price to quality of leather on here is actually a pretty good deal. Considering Jordan Retros, I think, are like $180 or so, it's $60 off, and I feel like these probably have better quality than a standard pair of Air Jordan 1s. And lastly, as I already mentioned, creating history, not hype. I like the idea of that. It's definitely a historic pair of sneakers that should have more respect in today's day and age, so it's nice to see that they're circling back on it. Also worth mentioning, the cushion in the liner is actually really thick and quite comfortable as well. If I had to give any cons about the shoe, honestly, I don't really have any. I guess the big thing is like there's a lot of creasing in the back section here because I would just step in the shoe, and so it would like have creasing back here, but that's going to be part of the experience, I think, anyway, when you're wearing a pair of sneakers. So it's not necessarily con, but just noticing the extra strain right here. If you were to get an updated version, having this like material, like maybe ballistic nylon or something instead of leather, would probably make it crease a little bit less. But honestly, it adds a little bit of character considering it's kind of like a nostalgic pair anyway. Anyways, I appreciate Converse for sending me out to Indy again. Super awesome. My wife came with me. It was a great time to reconnect with her away from the kids and stuff. And it was my first NBA All-Star weekend, and it was a super fun experience. Indy was a lot of fun, even though it was super cold. We had a lot of great food and met up with a lot of great friends and stuff. All in all, it was a really fun experience. And thank you, Hibbett City Gear, for the opportunity. And also, I got a pair of pretty awesome shoes as well. If you guys want to buy a pair of these, link in the description will take you over to Converse website. They have a ton of stuff over over there. Obviously, it's a legacy company, so if you don't like these, you could always go Chucks as well. You can't really go wrong with those either. But anyway, leave a comment in the comment section. What do you guys think about the weapons? Is it something you guys are interested in or not? And thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Have a good rest of the day, and hopefully see you back on the channel for some more content soon. All right, peace, guys.